Let's have a look at image adjustments or adjustment layers. What is the difference between the two? One is working destructively on your layer. The other is working non-destructively. Let me explain by using the image adjustments first. I'll come up here, I'll go Image, I'll choose Adjustments, and I'm going to apply a Levels. I'll just hit Auto, click OK. Now I think, I need to do brightness and exposure. I'll come up to Image, I'll go Adjustments or Brightness and Contrast. I'll make it bright. I'll click on OK. Now I look at it and I think, I'd like to actually adjust the exposure. I come back, I work at Image, Adjustments, I'll go Exposure, and I'll just bump that up a little bit. And I'll click OK. Now what I'm doing is working destructively all on that one layer. So all of those adjustments have been now changed on that one layer. I can't go back and alter them. If I double click, I get another dialog box, which is layer style, which is different. So by using this method, I'm working destructively on that image and I can't change my mind. What I'm going to do now is show how adjustment layers work and how they work non-destructively. To access your adjustment layers, I like to work with the Adjustments panel open, and I can see the different icons like brightness and contrast and levels. If you don't see that, you can easily go up to Window and then choose Adjustments. The other way that you can access the adjustment layers is come down to the bottom of the workspace, click on this icon here, and that's when you can get levels and curves. But I'm going to go up to my panel and I'm going to apply a levels like I did before, but this is now using adjustment layers. I'm going to click on levels. I'm going to hit Auto, makes its adjustment. Now what I can actually see is I see a layer that looks like a little histogram, which is levels, but it adds a mask. And this is where I can work non-destructively. Let's say, for example, I didn't like that. I'll come back, I'll click on the icon for levels, and I might just move that middle slider a little bit darker. And I go, that's fine, that's exactly what I'm after. Now what I want to do is do a brightness and contrast. I'll click on the brightness and contrast. It puts another layer on top of the levels, and I'm going to just drop that down a little bit or even hit Auto. And then I go, no, definitely too bright. Let's just drop that down. What I can do now is go, actually, I don't like that. I can come back and come down to the bottom of this panel, reset, and start again. So I'm going to just bump up the brightness, and I'll accept that. Now I think, I'd like to get a little bit of hue and saturation in there. I'm going to come up here, click on hue and saturation, and I'm going to dial down that saturation to make it very soft and muted. I might even drop the lightness down. And I think, no, I actually don't like that. Again, I can come down to the bottom of the Properties dialog box and go Reset. And so what it's done is said, okay, you don't want that change. I'm going to reset it back. I'll come back now and go, I'm going to bump up the saturation. No, I don't like that. I'll drop that down. The beauty of adjustment layers is by using this method, I can actually make those little tweaks. And if I don't like them, I can easily reset them and start again. But what I do like is that you actually get a mask attached to that adjustment layer. So for example, I might want to bring that contrast or that saturation of the middle of the flower through. So I'm going to click on the mask, get my brush, make sure that the foreground is black. I'm going to make sure that the opacity is at 100% so you can see. And I'm just going to brush in that saturation just into that middle of that flower. I'm going to turn that layer off and on. Now I can also add another layer. Let's go in and add a photo filter, and I'm going to add cyan so you get that blue tone. But then I think, oh no, I don't want the blue tone on the flower petals. Not a problem. I'll get my brush. I'll come and make sure I'm clicked on the mask, and I'm going to brush off that blue that's in that middle area and the petals. And I can keep adding adjustment layers as I'm going through my workflow. For example, I might want to come in now and add a bit of vibrance. I'll click on vibrance and I can actually bump that up. I might even bump up the saturation or dial that down. And then I think, no, I don't like that actually. I can either reset or I can delete that layer. I'll hit delete and that gets rid of that layer. Now, before I start moving on with my workflow, I think, oh, I'm not happy with the brightness and contrast. I'm going to double click on the icon and we can see it's at 13. I'm going to actually bump that right up and get a very light tone. And this is where I'm working non-destructively. I can change my mind because I've got all these adjustment layers. What I'm going to do is change the color of this image. And what I'd like to do is use the hue and saturation. I'm going to come down to the layer where it's got hue and saturation, double click to open up the dialog box, and I'm going to just play with the hue and get a nice little soft pink. And I'm happy with that. Now I look at the image and I think I like the colors, but I can actually see a distractor right there in the middle, and I want to remove that. What I can't do is remove any pixels because I'm on an adjustment layer. And what I need to do is either use the stamp visible. I don't use merge layers. I tend to use the stamp visible. And I'll put a link in the description how to use the stamp visible layer. Control-Alt-Shift-E, and that gives me what I call a merged layer. It's put all these adjustment layers into that one layer. Now that I've used a stamp visible layer, I can get my removal tool or spot healing tool and just remove that little distractor just there. And I'll come in and get rid of that. But now I look at it and I think I'm not happy with that pink. I like to go back to the original colour. So naturally I think I'll come down to hue and saturation and make those changes, but I can't. Because I've done a stamp visible layer, it's combined all those layers into that layer. Now what I need to do is use another adjustment layer. Now I'll come up here and I'll get hue and saturation, and I might just change that hue. I'm going to make it very bright, and then I can continue on with my workflow. But what I'm doing is working non-destructively, and I have options. For example, I don't like that. I'll open up the hue and saturation, I'll go reset, and then I'll get my hue and saturation, whatever you'd like to do with your images, and I'll just get that there, and then I'll continue with my workflow. The difference between using image adjustments and adjustment layers is that you want to work non-destructively. I see a lot of people going up to image and using those adjustments and not realizing that they don't have choices or that they are working non-destructively. Using adjustment layers gives you that flexibility to change a layer. You can come in here and use your blend modes. For example, I'll come here now on the hue and saturation. I'll change my blend mode to darken. Let's see what it does. Let's come down and do color burn, linear burn, lighten. Oh, I do like lighten. The possibilities using adjustment layers does give you that flexibility. What I've done is just done a stamp visible layer, and I'm going to use image adjustments just to show how you can't make those adjustments like you can with adjustment layers. I'll come up to image, I'll get adjustment, and I'll do hue and saturation, and I'll bump that color up just there. It's not about the look, it's just about using this method. But I can't adjust that now. Let's say I go on and do another curves layer. So I'll come back up here, I'll go image, adjustments, and I'll go curves. I'll make a quick adjustment there, click on OK. All those changes are now put into that layer, and I don't have a choice to make any changes. Yes, if I'm at this point in time, I could do undo, but I'm deciding now I'll continue on. I'll put a little B in there, for example. I can't come in and make those adjustments. As mentioned before, the difference between image adjustments and adjustment layers is about working non-destructively on your pixels or your image. Let's take this image one step further in its processing. I'd like to apply a texture over this to give it an arty feel. What I've done is opened up one of my textures that's in the CRACKLED textures, and it's new to the shop. I'll put a link in the description for you. What I'm going to do is Control A or Command A to select that whole image. I'll do Command or Control C to copy. Come over to my flower. I'm going to do Control V or Command V, place that texture over. I'm going to do Control T to get my transform box. And now I'm going to size that texture over the flower. I'll click on Tick. I'm going to apply a blend mode, and I might go soft light. Let's have a look at what it's done to this actual image. And let's just come in and have a look. It's added that crackled texture look to that, and I do love that. But what I can do is adjust the opacity on that texture. I can even change the blend mode. Let's go overlay. I can even go color burn. I can go multiply. Now, if I want to go multiply, I'll drop that opacity down. And there's my finished flower. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's a quick tip explaining what's the difference between image adjustments and adjustment layers. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe or hit that notifications button.